Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to Sunday School at Home. We are going to spend some time this fall looking at our Bibles. So you might want to grab that, have it handy, and we're going to spend some time trying to find out the answer to this question. Who is God? Well, today we're going to discover that God is the Creator. Now, I know that I have been spending a lot of time at home since we've been sheltering at home, and I've been going on long walks and really enjoying my yard and my deck. And I noticed just last week when I was doing the video that I had a hummingbird that came right outside my window while I was recording and started hovering over all my flowers. I was so enthralled, I stopped what I was doing and just watched in awe and amazement. And I actually thanked God for that beautiful moment with the hummingbird, and then I continued on and did what I needed to get done. But I bet you have had moments like that too, where you have just marveled at God's creation, especially since we've had more time to really appreciate it. Well, there are so many neat things about the way that God made our world. And today we're going to find out some things that God himself said about his creation. And so we're going to explore our Bibles and read a little bit about that today. Now, normally when we talk about the creation story and God as our creator, we will look in the first book of the Bible in Genesis chapter 1 and 2 at the creation story. But today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to dig in and we're going to look at a book that you may not be quite as familiar with. We are going to look in the book of Job. Now, Job is in the Old Testament. It's right before Psalms. So those of you that have been looking at the Psalms this summer with me, you have an idea of where it is. But it's kind of in the middle of the Old Testament. And this man, Job, he was really going through some hard times. And he wanted to ask God some questions about why things were so hard for him. And God's answer to him didn't really explain why Job was going through these hard times, but it did show how awesome and amazing God is as our creator. And it reminded us, God's answer to him was actually questions back to Job, reminding him that God is creator of all the heavens and earth and everything that fills them, and that he takes care of his creation. And so knowing that, we know that we can trust him. But I'm going to read some verses from this passage, and after I finish reading each set of verses, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to try and go find something in your house that represents the creation that I read. So listen carefully and then use your creativity and any supplies you have. You can look in your toy box. You can go pull out, t-shirts out of your drawer, anything that works and that you feel would be representative of that part of creation. And if you really can't think of anything, grab some paper and pencil and crayons and just draw a quick picture. So here we go. We're going to start with, first one is going to be in Job 38, verses 8 through 11. Hear these words of God to Job. Who shut the doors to keep the sea in when it broke through and was born? This was when I made the clouds like a coat for the sea, and I wrapped the sea in dark clouds. It was when I put limits on the sea, and I put its doors and bars in place. It was when I said to the sea, you may come this far, but no farther. This is where your proud waves must stop. Okay, do you know what God was talking about? What part of creation? Go find something that represents that. You ready? Go. Did you know he was talking about the oceans and the seas? Yeah. Oh, let me see what you guys got. Very cool. Well, oceans are huge. If you took the tallest mountain, which is Mount Everest, and you were to turn it upside down so the point went down, that point would still be far, far from the bottom. And not only are the oceans huge, but we've only just begun to understand them. We've explored only about 5 to 10% of the ocean, and scientists think that there are thousands of species in the ocean that we don't even know about. Pretty cool. All right, next set of verses. Listen up and see if you can tell what this part of creation is. God said to Job, "Have you ever given orders for morning to begin? Or have you shown the dawn where its place was? The dawn takes hold of the earth by its edges and shakes evil people out of it. At dawn, the earth changes like clay being pressed by a seal. The hills and valleys stand out like the folds in a coat. Light is not given to evil people. Their arm is raised to do harm, but it is broken." Okay, if you know what that part is about, go get something. Go. Hey, boys and girls. Yeah, he was talking about daylight and the sun. Hey, did you know, fun fact, it takes about 8 minutes and 20 seconds for light from the sun to reach the earth. Yeah. All right, next set of verses. Here we go. 31 to 33 says, "Can you tie up the stars of the Pleiades? Can you loosen the ropes of the stars in Orion? Can you bring out the stars at the right times? Or can you lead out the stars of the bear with its cubs? Do you know the laws of the sky? Can you understand their rule over earth?" If you think you know what that is, go get something. He was talking about like the stars up in the universe. God created a lot of stars. Scientists estimate that there are 1 septillion stars in the universe. That is a really big number. In fact, that's a 1 with 24 zeros after it. Some scientists even think that's a low guess. But that was kind of cool, the bear going across. This is Ursa Major and Ursa Minor. Ask Mom and Dad about that. They were talking about the constellations. All right, next set of verses. These are 34 through 38. Listen up. "Can you shout an order to the clouds and cover yourself with a flood of water? Can you send lightning bolts on their way? Do the flashes of lightning report to you and say, 'Here we are'? Who put wisdom inside the mind, or who put understanding in the heart? Who has the wisdom to count the clouds? Who can pour water from the jars of heaven? Who can do this when the dust becomes hard and the clumps of dirt stick together?" Think you know what you're going to go get? Go get it. What'd you guys get? Yeah, I was talking about rain and lightning. Now, lightning is big and powerful. Most lightning strikes are 2 to 3 miles long, and they have 100 million volts of power. That is a lot. I'm not quite sure how many Pikachu has. All right, let's do the next verse. This is actually in Job 39. I'm skipping down to verses 19 through 21. God says, "Job, are you the one who gives the horse his strength? Or do you put a flowing mane on his neck? Do you make the horse jump like a locust? He scares people with his proud snorting. He paws wildly, enjoying his strength, and he charges into battle." I think this one's an easier one. You ready? Go grab something. Horses, that's right. Now, you know horses run really fast. On average, they run about 27 miles per hour, and the fastest horse ever ran 55 miles per hour. That is really, really fast. And for those of you that like to collect strange bits of trivia, here's a fun fact. Horses are one of the animals that cannot vomit. Nope, they can't do it. All right, last set of verses. This is 26 through 28. Here we go. Is it through your wisdom that the hawk flies? Is this why he spreads his wings towards the south? Are you the one that commands the eagle to fly and build his nest so high? The eagle lives on a high cliff and stays there at night. The rocky peak is his protected place. Okay, guys, go find something. Hey, so did you know that eagles' wings, now my little friend, he has little wings, but eagles have huge, heavy wings, and it takes a lot of energy for them to flap their wings. So instead, they will catch air currents to soar and glide upon. One eagle was observed to flap her wings for only about 2 minutes in a whole hour of flying. Pretty cool. I think they're cool. So God made all of these impressive, powerful things that we've been talking about today. And I have some questions for you to think about and talk about with your family. So here they are. First one, what does it tell you or show you about God when you see all the wonders of his creation? Second, what's something that God made that really impresses you? And third, what's one thing that you would create if you could make anything? So take a moment to think about those things and talk about it with your family. God is the creator. He made our whole world and everything in it. Even the things that people make are made out of something that God created. No one but God can create something out of nothing. So today you used your creativity as you figured out how to use household items or grab things and also your own bodies to show what God made. And you did an awesome job. I hope you enjoyed it. But God's creation is even more incredible than anything that we could make or we could think of. And after Job heard all that God had to say to him, he was amazed by God. He couldn't think of anything else to say to God because he was so amazed by how God had created everything and how much he cares for his creation. So boys and girls, I have another peek at something in Scripture, but before I do, I think this is a great moment for us to pause and to enjoy a song I have for you today. Today, there is a wonderful song called God is So Good. So please take a break. If you need to pause a video, you can pause the video and click the link, or we may not be able to create as well as God, but here's something amazing about the role that God gave us when it comes to creation. Hear these words from Psalm 8, verses 3 through 8. I look at the heavens, which you made with your hands. I see the moon and stars, which you created. But why is man important to you? Why do you take care of human beings? You made man a little lower than angels, and you crowned him with glory and honor. You put him in charge of everything you made. You put all things under his control. All the sheep, the cattle, and the wild animals, the birds in the sky, and the fish in the sea, and everything that lives underwater. So boys and girls, what does it mean to you that we're in charge of God's creation? Well, God is the creator, and he made you and me, and he wants us to partner with him in taking care of his creation. So what's one thing that you can do to take care of God's creation? Well, God is the creator, unmatched by anyone else. We can make things out of craft supplies or other things that God made, but we can't make something out of nothing. What we can do is to honor God's creation by taking good care of it. Boys and girls, I have enjoyed spending time with you today. I hope you've enjoyed our lesson. I do have a couple other things. There is a craft that you can do that has to do with the stars and the constellations, so be sure to take a look at that. And there's some more songs and activities for you to enjoy in my packet. I hope that you have a wonderful day. We are going to close with some of our friends saying the Lord's Prayer. I hope you have a wonderful week. God bless. Bye.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Because mine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Amen.